Good afternoon. My name is Erin Jones, and I am a candidate for the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. I am also the very first African American woman to run for statewide election, and I feel honored to be making history with you right now. A little bit of background about me. I am about to be 45 years old. I was adopted by a white couple in Minnesota in 1971, and then raised across the ocean in the country of the Netherlands, where my parents were classroom teachers at the American School of The Hague. I had the opportunity to earn a free education there because my parents were teachers. I sat next to children of ambassadors, international lawyers, international politicians, international businessmen. And I had the opportunity to rub shoulders with people who were making powerful decisions across the world. I knew as a little girl I wanted to make a difference. Now, how I thought I would make a difference was to go work at the United Nations World Court, either as an interpreter or a lawyer. So I worked my heart out as a high school student, graduated second in my class, triple varsity athlete, hoping to earn a scholarship back to the United States where the best colleges were. I ended up at Bryn Mawr College just outside of Philadelphia at 18 years old in 1989, and I had a rude awakening. Very much unlike Europe, the expectation for kids who looked like me was that we weren't expected to do much of anything at all. And I learned very quickly that the public schools that served African American children were not at all the same as the public schools that served white children. And I thought that was really the only issue. It was about race. But what I have learned as I moved across the country to follow my husband, zip code, race, and home language are the three greatest predictors today of the kind of experience a child will have in their public school, and I find that to be absolutely criminal. And so I run for the Office of Superintendent today after 25 years of working in the system as an award-winning classroom teacher, an award-winning administrator, having served as a director for Dr. Terry Bergeson and an assistant state superintendent on the cabinet of Randy Dorn, now working in a district office where I have seen systems transformed to close gaps for students. There is so much work to be done. We are in crisis right now as a state. I was the educator who testified in the McCleary case, and I understand the serious implications of the legislature not funding our schools. We are beating up teachers every day, and yet we are giving them less and less time, less and less resources, asking them to do more and more testing, accountability. And so my number one job as state superintendent is to peel back all of the unnecessary things, all of the barriers that stand in the way of a great education for every child, and to provide our system with the right kinds of supports so that every child experiences a great public education system. For this very reason, I am against the charter school movement. The charter school movement, in the end, does the most danger to the very students who are most vulnerable in our system: black and brown, poor, English language learners, special needs students. And so I said no in 2012 as a private citizen, and I say no now. We must absolutely fund the schools that exist, and we must provide support to the classroom teachers who serve our students every single day. And so a vote for me is a vote for children. I am a champion for children, and I am a champion to make sure that the educators who serve our children get everything they need. And I want you to be part of that. This is not just about getting elected to have a title. It is about how do I help, as the state leader, engage you, those I serve, in honest, frank conversations about the needs of your communities. I have visited over 50 schools this school year. I have trained close to 10,000 teachers in the last 4 years, and I plan to lead by modeling. I plan to lead by being visible in communities. I plan to lead by getting to know the very people I serve and doing my best to represent you and the needs of your community. Thank you so much for listening. I would greatly appreciate your endorsement today. Thank you for your support. Erin Jones for State Superintendent of Public Schools.